Good morning students, I am Assistant Professor Tushar Jadhav and he is instructor Rajkumar Bodle working as an instructor in this lathe machine workshop. Okay, he has total experience of 30 years and there are almost 21 lathe machines working under him. Okay, today we are here to have a short introduction about all the lathe machine tools as well as the lathe machine. We will have a demonstration about the machine as well as the tools. Thank you. Okay students, we will see these tools which are used for lathe machine and how they are used, and we will see some small introduction about these tools also. Okay, these are some tools which are used for lathe machine and these are some instruments or measurement scales which are used for measuring the jobs. We will see a small introduction about it also at the same time. Okay, now see, this is a first tool. This is called as a single point tool. Okay, this basically tool is used for facing operation as well as the turning operation. This is also used for tapering operation also. So you can see this is the single point which is used for cutting operation or removing the material. Okay, this is the shank of the tool which is used to attach on the lathe machine tool post. The second tool we will see is a drilling tool. This tool is used to make holes in the job. Okay, this tool you can see this is a big tool. Okay, this tool basically has a shank over here. This is the shank of the tool and this is the actual tool, where you can see this is the tip of the tool, this is the tip of the tool, and the included angle, this angle is 118 degrees, and you can see this is the spiral of the tool. Okay, this is used to make holes in the job. This is the only tool in metalworking which makes hole in the job. Other tools are either used to enlarge the hole or finish the hole. The next tool we will see, this is a boring tool. This works same as single point cutting tool. See, this is the same works as the same as the single point cutting tool. Okay, this is the tip of the tool which is used to remove material. This tool is basically used to enlarge the hole. Means once the drilling tool makes the hole, this tool is used to make enlarge the hole. Okay, so suppose this is the job. Okay, you can see this is the job. So the hole is made by the drilling tool while the enlargement is done by the boring tool. Now we will see one more tool. This is called as the reaming tool. Okay, reaming tool. This tool is also used for enlarging the hole, but this tool is basically used to finish the holes. Okay, finish the drilling machine made holes. This tool can remove material in microns and give you a better finish. Okay, you can see this, it has multiple cutting edges. Okay, this type. Okay, and this is the shank where it can be attached to the tailstock. Okay, now the second tool we will see is this tool. Okay, this is the V type tool. Okay, this is made up of HSS, high speed stainless steel. Okay, and this is used for making the threads. So threading operation is done by this tool. You can see it has a tip and it has a V shape. Okay, basically it is used to make the threads. Okay, the next tool we will see is parting tool. Okay, you can see this tool, parting tool. Okay, parting tool is basically used to make slots or grooving operation. Okay, you can increase the width, you can change this by loosening this screw, you can change this tool also. Okay, on this tool post. Okay, and you can increase the thickness also. Okay, you can increase the thickness of this tool. It is also made up of HSS. Okay, the next tool is knurling tool. Okay, as everyone must be aware, this tool is basically used for making the grips on the round objects. Means, for example, you can see this tool. So you can see this grip or this diamond shaped markings are basically made with the help of this tool. You can see this, it has 6 wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, then 2 of these tools, there is a pair of tools, means pair of wheels. Okay, this is the one pair, this is the second pair and this is the third pair. Okay, now this tool works in pairs. So they move over the job like this, remove the metal and make the marking on the job to get that knurling operation, to get this crisscross markings on the job. So it will always work in pairs. This is one pair, this is the second pair and this is, you can see, this is the third pair. Okay. Now you must be knowing these measuring instruments basically. So this is the vernier caliper. Everyone, you must have done practicals in physics in your 11th or 12th standard. So this is your vernier caliper. It is of the company Mitutoyo. Okay, you can see here its least count is mentioned. The least count mentioned is 0.02 mm. So it can measure up to this accuracy for the length measurement. Okay, it has 2 jaws for external dimension measurement and it has upper 2 jaws for internal dimension measurement. Okay, this is a simple scale. This is used for measuring rough dimension rough. Its least count is 1 mm. It can measure up to 1 mm, okay, with accuracy. This is the simple scale, steel scale. The next the next instrument is micrometer. You can see this is also of the company Mitutoyo. Okay, this is specifically used for measuring the external diameter of the round objects, okay, or external diameter of square objects also. Okay, then it has the least count. It has a least count of 0.1 mm. You can see here it is written here. Okay, it is written here. It is of 0.1 mm. This is the least count of this tool. Okay. Now we will see another job. Okay, we will see a job. This is our job. Okay, you can see this is the job which is being used for it, we will be making for this. Okay. Now you can see these are some operations done on it. This is the turning operation. This is the taper turning, where the lower diameter is bigger and the upper diameter is smaller. This is the taper turning operation. Then this is the threading operation, and in between you can see this is the grooving operation, or it is also called as parting operation. Okay, and this surface is made flat with the help of the facing operation. This is made with the help of facing operation. This is the male part. The second job is the female part. You can see, you can engage it here in this way also, or you can engage it in this way also. Okay. Now you can see this. I told you about the knurling operation. This is the knurling operation. This is the taper turning operation, and you can see this. This is the drilling operation, as well as boring is also done on this inner surface. Okay, and the other operation done is threading operation. This is internal threading done on this job. Okay, so this is an overview of the tools, some measuring instruments, as well as the job which is done in second year of mechanical engineering. Okay. Now we will see after this an overview of our machine, and we will see some basic operations at the same time. Okay students, this is our lathe machine. Okay, this lathe machine was designed and manufactured by Deccan Engineering Company, and this is also called as the center lathe machine. Okay. Now I'll give you a short introduction about this machine, okay, and we'll see how it works. Okay. Now first of all we'll see the transmission drive. So this you can see here, this is the motor which drives or runs or gives the rotational power to the lathe machine. This motor is connected to the upper pulley or this drive system with the help of the V band or V pulley. Okay. Then this is connected to this cone shaped 4-way drive system. Okay. Then this system is also connected to the first main important part of the machine, this is called as the headstock. Okay. This is the drive system also. You can change the speed with the help of this moving lever. Okay. Now you can see here, this basically is a 3-jaw chuck. Okay. It has 3 jaws, you can see here. It has 3 jaws, first, second and third. Okay. The 3 jaws help in self-centering the circular jobs. So you can easily attach a circular job to it. Okay. Then this main part, this is the main bed of the machine. Okay. Main bed of the machine. It has 2 guideways. This is the flat guideway and this is the V-shaped guideway. Over these guideways, okay, you can see this part. This is the sliding carriage of the machine, okay, over which you can see this as the compound rest, and over this compound rest you can see this 4-way tool post is attached. Okay. I will explain everything in this. Now you can see this wheel or this drive system. Okay. This is used to move the carriage forward and backward. Okay. And you can see these are the markings so that you can achieve a controlled movement in the length. Okay. Now this is the second control wheel. Okay. This also has the marking over it, you can see this marking. Okay. And this is used to move the compound rest forward and backward. Okay. Now you can see this another knob or wheel, control wheel. This is basically used to give the taper. Okay. Taper cutting or taper turning. And for taper turning you can set an angle, okay, through this markings, or it is a type of protractor marked on the bed. Okay. And you can give the angle to this compound rest. Okay. With the help of this you have to just loosen this nut and you can set the angle of this compound rest over it. Okay. Then you will see another part of the machine, this is called as the tailstock. Okay. This is the tailstock of the machine. Okay. Various tools can be attached in this barrel of the tailstock. Okay. Various tools can be attached in this barrel of the tailstock. The shank of the tool goes in this barrel and you can attach the tool over here. Okay. And this can be moved forward and backward, okay, with the help of this knob. This knob will help you to move forward and backward, and you can see markings are also made on this wheel so that you can achieve the controlled motion. Then the whole transmission or carriage is mounted, or the motion of the carriage is done with the help of this lead screw. This lead screw has the square threads which is also called as the power screw. Okay. Power screw, so that it can transmit the motion of this carriage and it can bear the weight of the carriage also in forward and backward motion. Okay. This machine can be either manually fed or the feed can be given manually. At the same time we can also make it auto feed with the help of these 2 knobs. Okay. We can give it auto feed also. Okay. Now there is this knob which is used for starting and stopping the machine. Okay, you can see this when I move, this is the forward motion where the job comes over to us. Okay, and this is the reverse motion. Okay, now we will see a demonstration of tool and how it moves over the job and how the job turning and facing is done. Okay students, you can see here we have attached this single point cutting tool to this tool post. Okay, the tool is attached or clamped to the tool post with the help of these 3 screws. Okay, and this is the single point cutting tool. Now we have also attached job to this headstock with the help of this 3-jaw chuck. We have centered this job to the 3-jaw chuck and clamped it. Okay, now Bodle sir will show us a short demonstration about this facing operation. Planing of the job end is called as facing operation, and this dimension or this is turning, making the job plane is called as the turning operation. Okay, so Bodle sir will show us. Okay, we will see the facing operation first. Okay, so this is the facing operation. Now at the same time we will show you the turning operation also. Every time he changes the tool post so that we can set the angle as per the requirement of the single point cutting tool. So you can see this is the turning operation. You can also see this is the continuous chip generated. Generation of continuous chip basically shows you that a better feed rate is achieved, and at the same time you can get a better finish also. You can see a better finish has been achieved. Okay, as Bodle sir is a well efficient person in this turning shop, so he is also skillful person in this turning. Okay, we'll also do knurling, chamfer, and at the same time we'll also see a taper turning operation here. Okay, till then we'll adjust the tool. Okay students, you can see here now we have attached the knurling tool to the tool post. Okay, and this is our job. At the same time we have reduced the speed, where you can see that from the motor it goes to the pulley system. We have attached the belt to the lowest diameter pulley and it goes to the highest diameter pulley in the tailstock. So we have reduced the speed to the lowest possible speed rate. Okay, now Bodle sir will show us how to do knurling operation. Okay, you can see this grip. This grip has been achieved with the help of this knurling tool. Okay students, we will see now chamfering operation. Okay, chamfering operation is used to remove sharp edges. You can see this. This has basically basically it has sharp edges. Okay, these sharp edges are removed with the help of chamfering operation. Okay, this. Okay, Bodle sir will show us now. Okay, you can see here, this is the chamfer operation, chamfer operating here. This is basically removing the sharp edges. Now we will see taper turning. Okay, as said before, we can see here the taper can be set with the help of this degree setting. Okay, angle setting. So we have set almost a degree of 6 degrees. Okay, this 6 degrees operation, 6 degrees setting will help us to get the taper operation on the job. Okay. You can see this, the taper operation or the taper feed is given with the help of this compound slide turning or compound slide wheel. We will have to take 2-3 cuts or 2-3 turns to get that whole tapering operation. Okay, you can see this job has been tapered. Okay, this is the taper operation we have obtained with the help of this taper setting. Okay, so this is a short introduction to operations of on lathe machine as well as a short introduction about lathe machine, and I will hopefully thank Bodle sir, okay, for showing us a quick nice review and as well as showing us the operations on lathe machine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.